When the Lord say you will shout for joy, let your amen rise. Affliction will not arise a second time. The siege has been broken. Affliction will not arise a second time. Let there be restoration. Affliction will not arise a second time. The banner of God's love is all over you. Affliction will not arise a second time. It is no longer your identity. Affliction will not arise a second time. You cannot attract negativity. Affliction will not arise a second time. The archers are destroyed. Affliction will not arise a second time. There's a mark of exemption on your life. Affliction will not arise a second time. You have been exempted. Affliction will not arise a second time. You are covered with a wall of fire. You are covered with a wall of fire. You are covered with a wall of fire. Affliction will not arise a second time. People will not gather to tell you sorry. Affliction will not arise a second time. Jubilation in your father's house. Affliction will not arise a second time. I announce exceedingly, abundantly, above what you can ask or imagine. Affliction will not arise a second time. Beauty for ashes, oil of joy for mourning, a garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. Affliction will not arise a second time. I see you laughing. I see you smiling. Your wedding just came closer. Your wedding just came closer. Your wedding just came closer. Everything will happen at the same time. Affliction will not arise a second time. The impossible has become possible. Affliction will not arise the second time. The Lord have saved the best for the last. Affliction will not arise the second time. You will not wait again. 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 I don't know who this is for. Your case will be called a special case. The rules will be overturned because of you. Affliction will not arise a second time. You will not be their victim. Affliction will not arise a second time. You will not bow in shame. Affliction will not arise a second time. The Lord is working. The Lord is your strength. The Lord is your speed. The Lord is the fire upon you. The Lord is the oil upon you. Affliction will not arise a second time. Go and rule. Go and rule. Go and rule in the midst of your enemies. Go and rule in the midst of your enemies. It is settled. It is settled. Your harvest is in your hand. Affliction will not arise a second time. What you are afraid of will not happen. Affliction will not arise a second time. What you are afraid of will not happen. Affliction will not arise a second time. What you are afraid of will not happen. I see you jubilating.